reasons not to leave the house for Get Fresh Air as we rank the best new anime of winter 2024, starting with Isekai stories never go where you think they will, but Sasaki and Pichan truly raises unpredictability to an art form. At first, you think it's just gonna be a low-key office comedy about a dude and his pet bird, wholesome feats, office hijinks, stuff like that, right? But then, cute little Pichan shocks everyone by busting out the deepest, most serious voice you've ever heard, and revealing that it's actually a magical sage from another world. Next thing you know, our man Sasaki's got dope powers and a sick international import-export snack business between dimensions. At this point, you're like, oh, okay, it's just your average isekai then. But not so fast, homie, cause then they hit you with another plot twist. Turns out, Japan is like a secret Men in Black government agency for people with powers, and they want Sasaki and his radical skills on board ASAP. I mean, reincarnated as a vending machine was wild, but getting summoned to another world through a birdcage, that's what I call peak. Animated by Silverlink with legends like Joseph Joestar and Hikigaya Hachiman owning the vocals, Sasaki and Pichan is bound to cement itself as one of the season's most unforgettable genre benders. World building and humor are top tier too, so make it an absolute must-watch. They say the 7 times the charm, but will it be for Rish? Girl has been looping the same 5 years for ages now. First, she was a merchant, then a herbalist, then even a knight. Her 5th spin remains a bit of a mystery to be honest, but even then, the final outcome was always the same. Some huge war would start up out of nowhere and snatch her right out of the game. Now on loop number 7, girl's like,
you know what, screw this, I just want to chill and sip margaritas on a beach or something.
The anime gods have other plans though, because who does she run into on her vacation from life? None other than Prince Arnold, the very reason behind every last problematic pounding that went down, as well as the guy whose blades straight up bodied her on her last run. And yo, this fool has the audacity to ask for her hand. The jokes just write themselves, because we all know marrying your murderer is a match made in anime heaven. But as Rish considers taking a chance on Arnold and his sketchy past, secrets from their alternate lives start bubbling up. Now she's wondering, is tying the knot really gonna set her free? Or is she walking down the aisle straight into her most tragic ending yet? The title might be ridiculous, but 7-time loop, the villainess enjoys a carefree life married to her worst enemy has all the makings of a great otome anime, so do check it out if that's what you're into. You know when it's 3 a.m. and you're hungry AF but there's nothing to eat? So you're like, okay, well, shredded cheese straight out of the bag it is then? Well, that's nothing compared to what this gang of adventurers is dealing with. See, disaster struck when a massive red dragon gulped down this guy's sister. They got away just in time thanks to a teleportation spell, but their comrade, is she a goner or just Dragonlance on hold? Who knows? For now, only one thing's for sure. No dungeon depth is gonna be her final resting place, not if they can help it. The problem is, in the chaos, most of their gear got trashed. To make matters worse, half of the team just bailed. With supplies dwindling and hunger striking hard, you'd think the last remaining members would be at their wits' end. But no, not our mains. So what if they have to start eating monsters to make it through? With Senshi pulling kitchen duties, anything can turn into a 5-star meal. Men eating plant tarts, basilisk omelettes, mandrake kakiage, giant bat tempura, okay maybe not that one, but still, no matter what it takes, they're busting back in there on a rescue rerun, even if it's just to bring back the pieces. Alright, so yeah, eating super icky stuff for a noble cause. Cool, but no. Slowly the food hunting pulls them together for more than just laughs. And before you know it, you're like, wait, did I just get played? Suddenly, little details you didn't think much of start linking up, making it clear that nothing about this anime was ever just thrown in or unimportant. The result is a story so satisfying, you'll want to gaslight girl boss gatekeep it for life. If you're looking for a seinen fantasy that makes you hungry for more and delights you with lovable characters and a richly imagined world where all is connected and every choice matters, then do yourself a favor and check out Dungeon Meshi this winter. With Studio Trigger handling the animation, this is one treat you do not want to skip. I know y'all are sick of isekai, sick of parodies, and sick of people claiming, no, you don't get it. This one is actually good. But listen, I just have to mention my instant death ability is so overpowered, no one in this other world stands a chance against me, also known as my instant death ability. The title it all, but basically, Yogiri is passed the f out on a school trip one day when suddenly the whole bus gets isekai'd. Man wakes up to find out some magical sage chick showed up and gave out sick powers to everyone except him and this one girl they forgot about, which isn't exactly a problem, cause as the title says, this guy is so stupidly overpowered he can literally insta-kill anything with a single thought. I don't know, I feel like this could be the Eminence in Shadow of winter 2024. Should you watch this? Depends if you want to turn off your brain for some power tripping. Haters will say this anime loses the parody by embracing the very tropes it seeks to critique, but sometimes you just want to see Chad MC's flex without a single care in the world. Ultimately, give it a shot if you're feeling trashy isekai tropes taken to the max and low stakes entertainment. Look, I don't know how Passione managed to get Eren, Dio, Lelouch, Bakugo, Ed, and Shikamaru on the voice cast list for this next anime, but honestly, I am here for it. Ishura starts off pretty simple, with the evil demon king finally kicking it. All the different races that used to unite against him are now beefing with one another. The kingdom of Eurasia sees this and is like, bruh, something has to be done about this. So they decide the only solution is to throw down the biggest tournament the world has ever seen, kind of like a battle to end all battles, to find the one true hero who will restore peace and bring everyone back together. Stepping in to represent each faction are none other than the almighty champions called Shuras, who joined forces back in the day to overthrow the whole tyrannical empire. Now, remember that guy from before who ended people with thoughts alone? Well, even he would have his hands full against these absolute units. We got some dude isekai from Japan who can cut everything, an angel assassin that offs you on the spot, a lancer faster than sound, and a wizard that manifests thoughts. And this isn't even all of them. There's an elf who can literally control anything just by talking to it, and a humanoid tank. Like, yo, the fights are gonna be insane. I know some of y'all are not gonna vibe with the very large cast, but make it past the introductions and holy does the plot absolutely explode. Manipulation tactics, secret alliances, and over 50 characters constantly conspiring behind each other's backs. If pure drama and explosive fights are your kind of thing, make sure you pop Ishura on that watch list this winter. You know the classic tale. A poor kid finds a magic genie and gets dragged into a wild adventure. Buchigiri is kinda like that, except instead of sultans and palm trees, you got one dude trying to get laid and a bunch of delinquent high school thugs with enough testosterone to power a small city. I know, I didn't think I'd be into this either, but hey. Now, instead of a magic carpet ride, our boy Arajin has to survive the treacherous underground fight scene with help from a jack genie who may or may not cause more problems than he solves, all while trying to win over the girl of his dreams. Can he make it or not? It's a battle for honor, respect, and virginity as our MC goes to war in the wrestling ring and kind of just hopes for the best. With the series being an anime original, I truly didn't know what to expect from it, but honestly, I kind of with it. It's like someone took Aladdin and mashed it together with JoJo's Bizarre Adventures hyper-masculinity and the high-stakes gang warfare of Tokyo Revengers. Art style is dope, animation is buttery smooth, and the nostalgic vibe is chef's kiss too. So do give Mappa's new underappreciated hit a chance. It is the hidden revelation winter 2024 desperately needed. All Yuki wanted was to get to class, but when a lost tourist started asking questions, communication catastrophe ensued. How do you give directions when you've never heard a word in your life? Good thing a multilingual charmer happened to be around. Itsumi figured saving a fellow globetrotter meant calling it a day, but then he noticed her. The way Yuki's eyes did all the talking, no translation required. Turns out our man was fluent in more than just traveler's tongues. He spoke the language of smiles and blushes too, if you catch my drift. The rest, as they say, is history. While most shoujo anime rely on frustrating misunderstandings and disposable male leads to fill 12 episodes, A Sign of Affection proves that genuine chemistry and realistic interactions are all that's really needed. So in winter 2024, skip cringy tropes and dragged out plot points and dive into an actually good romance that offers warm fuzzies, realistic disability representation, and truly lovable protagonists. Power lovers, drop it all cause I got you a new waifu. They say Guido was always a wild one, but lately her animalistic nature has truly been out of control. Seems some witch went and cursed her, leaving her part beast and frenzied AF. Now she's out for blood and she ain't slowing down till the carnage is real. I mean, she could just beg for mercy and be done with the whole thing, but we all know that's not gonna happen. Besides, how you gonna plead a when she's nowhere to be found? No. What this raw force of nature really needs right now is a lead. That's why she's siding with the Order of Magical Resonance and its mission to punish spell-slinging crooks. Here, she bumps into a chef, a mysterious mage chilling with a coffin. What's in the box, bro? Who knows? But he stays cool under pressure while Guido goes ballistic and low-key gathers crumbs to put a bow on that payback for good. Their latest mission has them rolling up to some small town where everyone swears the local witch is some gift from heaven. Our girl ain't buying it though. She knows hexers always spell trouble. Or do they? I'ma have to stop here cause ew, spoilers, but trust, this anime has it all. A huge detailed world, brutal action, a really cool art style. Nothing is super straightforward either. Lots of morally gray characters, insane reveals, mystery for days. With talent from My Teen Romantic Comedy and Afro Samurai, The Witch and the Beast is one dark fantasy gem you do not want to be sleeping on this winter. Up next is a title we've all been patiently waiting for, Solo Leveling. I know y'all, I almost couldn't believe it either, but now that the most anticipated manhwa adaptation of like all time is finally here, I can't help but wonder, was the wait actually worth it? Let's find out. In short, mysterious gates leading to monster-filled dungeons suddenly started popping up everywhere, threatening to burst open and ruin everyone's day for good. Some chosen homies, known as hunters, were given powers to try and deal with the nonsense, but honestly, not all of them embrace the flames equally. There's top tier S ranks who can handle most challenges thrown at them, coining clout and fat stacks with each run, and there's rookies who really gotta grind it out just to scrape by, with most feeling lucky to make it past the D rank. And then there's Jin-Woo. Man's gotta provide for his fam and all, but damn, not one run goes by where backup doesn't have to come through and save his skin. It's like sad times all around, for real. Good thing the universe is about to drop a major upgrade on him. See, the latest dungeon dash our man signed up for? Yeah, it was an S rank in disguise. Now his whole squad is taking a dirt nap and homie's way too wounded to even hide. Things were looking grim, but then, like an unwanted ad, a pop-up from the great beyond. Wanna continue? Yes? No. Next thing he knows, our man is waking up in the hospital with hacker vision and new quest alerts telling him to grind. What follows is the ultimate RPG style power fantasy grind fest, with Jin-Woo leveling up faster than someone ripping a premium gacha account. Every dungeon cleared brings fresh skills, insane stat boosts, and way cooler drip. But of course, ranking up this quickly means the enemies also scale at lightning speed. The action is really non-stop as our MC tackles ever tougher challenges and slowly unravels the truth about this grand, dangerous game. As we've seen, Solo Leveling is literally the story of one dude leveling up solo, and that's all it needs to be. For those of you who are going into it expecting more, my advice is just don't. Now, I totally get why some wanted Ufotable on board, but y'all, let's stop on A1 please. Like sure, the art style may be a bit off, but they're staying true to the plot and delivering pretty slick fight scenes. Oh, and the soundtrack slaps too. In conclusion, was the wait worth it? For fans and animators alike, I would say yeah. So this winter season, level up to godhood with Solo Leveling. Okay, so Solo Leveling had all the action and the soloing, but between you and me, it was lacking one key ingredient: some quality time with the ladies. Chained Soldier fully agrees with that, which is why it gives us the solution: the Anti-Demon Corps, an elite squad of girl bosses led by the legendary Captain Kyoka. Their mission: shielding humanity against Meido's threats. Meido is this dangerous dimension that likes to tear holes through reality every now and then, letting nasty flesh-eating ogres called Shuki leak through. Men don't stand a chance against these guys, but the ladies do, thanks to a power-granting fruit that only works its magic on them. Enter our main man Yuki, just your average high school grad until a portal flings him into the deadly demon realm. As a lowly dude with no abilities, he's totally that is, until Captain Kyoka swoops in to protect him, and by protect, I mean she makes him her personal battle pet, a chained soldier to monsterize as needed. Sounds like a raw deal, but nah son. Yuki racks up more than just juice and loot for his troubles. He pulls the kind of rewards that you can't even hint at without getting the platform. I'm not gonna go into detail of course, but think of it like this: Chained Soldier is what Solo Leveling would have been if it went out, had a few drinks, and took a drive through the red light district. A harem battle shonen with a side of fan service that isn't mere garnish, but rather the secret sauce that makes the whole dish sizzle. Yeah, it might push some boundaries, but if you're down for a crazy concept sesh, then I highly recommend putting this anime on your winter 2024 watch list. Just make sure you don't get caught watching it. This next anime will have you like, wow, humans versus demons in a never-ending war. How original. But hear me out. Against the bloody backdrop of chaos, two demonic step-sips are risking it all to lessen the damage. Little Tama here has been pushing for peace for centuries, always trying to get everyone to chill the fuck out and talk it over like adults. But in a place so ravaged by conflict, not everyone is receptive to her diplomatic approach. That's where Jinka comes in and lets his fist do the talking instead. Unlike his sis, blood is always itching to let loose, especially when mankind's involved. Demons though, not so much. It's like, yeah, he'll throw down if needed, but don't expect fireworks. As the two travel the land to take down the ill-intentioned, they come across Shinsuke, a wannabe swordsman who basically just follows them around until they're like, wanna come with us or something? And he's like, yeah. One thing kinda leads to another, and next thing you know, the three are up against some sketchy cult kidnapping villagers to try and turn them into demons. Now, this setup alone could have easily made for a pretty solid battle shonen, but with Mizukami in charge, it's like, bruh, we haven't even begun to peak yet. I don't want to spill too many deeds, but I will say this: from a certain point onwards, the story does a full 360 no scope on itself, a total narrative subversion, the likes of which you just never see in anime, manga, or media in general. So if flawlessly executed storytelling, remarkable character development, and exciting shonen fun is your kind of vibe, then Singu Yoku is the anime you're looking for this season. I know some of y'all were stressing out about the studio choice, considering the whole ReZero drama and everything, but honestly, these first few episodes were pretty solid. So yeah, sleep on this 3-core banger at your own risk, but I'm telling you, it's giving hidden gem.